My beautiful Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for mid-May right through to mid-June 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your career reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. The first deck, I'm actually going to get your overarching energy, and then I'm going to do a Celtic cross with the other deck just to see the details of what is coming your way. Also, just to make you aware that your 3rd house of communication is starred during this time, so it will influence you heavily. Now, this is about making your desires known to the universe so that you can attract all that you are working really hard for. So through visualization, there will be materialization through you know, all of that effort, that dedication that you have been putting in there. Also, if you are pitching an idea, or you are having an appraisal, or even if you are setting up your own business, or just starting a new project or a new approach to the way that you work, then this is a very favorable time to get results. Also, you may open yourself up to gaining more knowledge, honing the gifts that you already have, or even taking on a new string to your bow, getting a new craft or skill that will help you elevate financially. There's definitely movement and progress in the next 6 weeks for you, so it's very, very positive. Also, some of you may have just come back from a vacation or a trip, or you may think about taking one in order to take some time out and really recalibrate your focus on the direction that you're headed in. Sometimes we need to take a little bit of a step back in order to really see what's going on in our career so that we know the next steps to take. So you may be contemplating that over this time period as well. Now your 10th house kicks in, and that's really from about just at the end of May into June there, and that really is your main focus, ambition. That's you getting motivated to make progress. It's also a very favorable time to reach your goals and making your mark in the industry that you work in. Also, I feel like your reputation will precede you for all the efforts that you are making in your career as well. I feel like you'll be very well known for what you do. And I see you reaching your goals in a very prominent way. Now, just seeing what's going on for you, there's definitely something to celebrate for you. If you're not celebrating already, you soon will be. We do have the Lover's card as your first starting position, and this is really about you aligning yourself with your true heart's desire, okay? This is about what do you love about your career, and some of you may be opening yourself up to make some decisions, maybe even a personal decision that you are wrestling with right now, and you're really checking in to examine where you're at. You're at a self-evaluation period where you're looking at how far you've come, where you are right now, and where you want to go. And some of you may be changing direction or maybe changing aspects in your career that you want to, you know, move ahead with some aspects, or you may actually decide to cut out things that are not working for you. If you've been struggling with anything, or you've been feeling a little bit in limbo or unmotivated, you're recharging your energy and you're going to move forward with what you love doing. But the Lover's card indicates a time to make a decision, and it will be a life-changing decision with a life-changing outcome. So with the Empowerment card, which is basically the Chariot card at your end position, it does indicate you'll make the right decisions for your career and you will navigate it to where success and triumph lay for you, okay? So if you've been feeling a little bit unmotivated or uninspired recently, or you've just felt, you know, a lack of focus, or even maybe even confusion in your career. Definitely the next 6 weeks will put a spotlight on all the answers that you seek, and you will gain clarification as to which direction you'll be headed in. But at grassroots, the Lover's card is about attracting what you truly desire, because your heart is vibing at a frequency. So you're actually trying to love what you do, or find the love for what you do. And if there are things about your career that you don't love, everybody's got something that they particularly don't like to do. For example, if you're very, very creative, you may go, I love this aspect of my career, but when it comes to tax time, doing receipts and documentation and spreadsheets and all of that, you may be like, oh, I can't stand that. Some of you may be very scientific in your approach to your work, and you may be like, you know what, I don't like all the paperwork that goes with it, or if only I had a faster software program that helped me capitalize on my time. You may actually be observing the things that make your working life easier and start to implement them as you move ahead. Now, some of you may even see some restructure in your career or even in your career environment. And you're going to look at things that you love doing and really eradicate anything that's weighing you down, or even just that you don't like. You may actually delegate it. I also get a sense here that some of you are thinking about a second stream of income, or you already have one, and you're trying to navigate your time between the two and not spread yourself too thin, because the Lover's card is the Gemini energy, and it's all about duality. So if you have not got a second stream of income, some of you may be contemplating one. You may be tapping into a skill or a gift that you have that you're very talented at, and you will start to have more clarity, or put those ideas, because you are a visionary, you'll put those ideas into practice, and it actually starts to motivate you even more. And with your commitment, there is success here. There is a lot of reward as well. But it's really trying to be in the flow of you enjoying what you do, and taking those ideas and running with them. Because also some of you may be very musical, because my guides just pointed to the fact that you got 2 cards that have musical notes. So some of you may be musicians, or you work better with music. Some of you, many years ago when I worked in an office, I still do bits and pieces and things, but when I worked solidly in an office, it was just silence, and the occasional shuffling of papers and keyboards tapping away, and it was really forbidden to sort of like hang around and talk. So it was a very austere environment, and a lot of people said in their appraisals, if we just brought a little bit of music in, or a little bit more, there'd be a better office morale. So some of you may be thinking about bring a little bit more music into your everyday, or you may try to listen to music in like a hidden speaker, headphone type thing as you're working away. It just makes you feel more productive, okay? Now that's not going to resonate for everyone, but I feel some of you are bringing music into your working environment, and it will help you move forward at a quicker pace. It just really inspires you, okay? Now, we do have the card of inspiration, and it is in the resistance position. So some of you have been feeling a little bit lost or confused about the way ahead in your career. You may have been tested many times, working really hard to achieve your goals, but some of you may feel that you've been stagnant, or you may feel it's a very slow process. And, there may be negative aspects of your career that perhaps you don't like doing anymore, and you're trying to cut those out, because life's too short to be doing something that you don't like. We spend a lot of time in a career, okay? We spend 7, 8, some of us 10, 11 hours working really hard on projects, especially if you've got more than one thing on the go. You may feel like your work is never done, and you may be feeling a little bit grouchy, or you may have been just feeling a little bit like, not uninspired, but I also feel lack of energy as well, especially when you feel, oh, I got to do that task. And you're like, that, I really don't like that, but I know I got to do it. So I feel some of you are trying to find that motivation, that drive. You will discover that in the next 6 weeks. There's a boost of energy here for you. Also, if you've had a bit of a writer's block or creative block, or you've been having struggles, or you're trying to find, answers to some problems in your career, then there's definitely an opportunity to have lots of epiphany moments where suddenly all the answers are free flowing towards you, and you are really connected and just in the flow of productivity and growth in your career. Now, the star energy can represent, some of you feel a bit unappreciated in what you do. You may be working really hard and you feel that you're never really seen for the efforts that you put in, but there is accomplishment here. I definitely see at the end of the next 6 weeks, there is recognition for hard work that you've been doing. Thanks so much, I'm sure grateful, because this card starts in the reverse at the beginning of the month for you, but by the end it's turned in the upright. So that indicates a renewal of energy, inner strength, clarity, being in a new phase of your career and being in the spotlight. Some of you will be, well, I get a sense of you being well known for what you do. Some of you may receive a reward or some sort of recognition, but they're actually giving me a song at the same, and I just heard someone sneeze. So if that was you, bless you, Gesundheit, whatever it is you say, or maybe you just don't say anything, but I just picked up on a sneeze from someone, and it doesn't happen every time, but sometimes the energy is so much that it just pops through. So if that was you, there's definitely something in this message for you. If it wasn't you at that time, I feel it's almost like there's something at your working environment where you feel is causing you to react, is what I'm picking up. Okay, so there may be a person who really is trying to push your buttons. We will go a little bit deeper on that. It may also be that there's something in your... Now, this is not going to resonate for everyone, okay? There's something in your working environment. I mean, it could be, I'm picking up about 25% energy of someone who works with someone who either wears too much cologne or perfume and it really irritates, or there's something about the aircon that it's either too cold or it's making you like unwell. I mean, that's what's coming through. So I'm just going to give you what I'm being given, and I'm going to move on from that. I feel adjusting your working environment is important. So, if it's too cold in the office or it's too cold where you work, then you need to speak to someone just to make sure, because they're actually giving me the word cold. Okay, maybe it's an austere environment. You feel like you cannot express yourself, or you feel like your personality, your true personality is not appreciated. I feel in the long run, it will be. Otherwise, I feel like you're actually taking yourself elsewhere, okay? Now, the song, let me just tap into that song that they're giving me. This is a very famous song, okay? I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away. Now, that's all they're giving me of that song. It's a very famous song. Whitney Houston sang that song. Oh, it's just, her voice, just, wow. Okay, so this song may be relevant because it may play in the next 6 weeks, and it indicates that there is good news for you. Now, you could hear this song on the radio just by chance, or at someone's car as they drive past, or it could be playing in the mall, or it could just surprise you on your shuffle. Whatever it is, listen out for that song, because it indicates there is a moment to shine coming for you in your career, and there's an opportunity. I definitely see you approaching your career in a different way, and you're going to be very inspired. Something is happening here for you that is going to give you, it's like an encouragement from the universe that you're headed in the right direction, and you're starting to recognize that some of you there may be a new beginning here. It could be a step up, leadership, promotion, could be new income that's coming on in, but definitely there's it's almost like a beacon of light or some sort of hope. So if you've been feeling a little bit lost, there's definitely this sudden clarity of which direction to take in your career. So listen out for that song. I mean, the lyrics themselves, what was the last lyric? I think it was something like, when my dreams are a heartbeat away. So I feel something that you've been aiming for, a goal, will be realized. It's not too far away now. So if you've been working really hard and feeling that you're never quite reaching what it is that you want to reach. Maybe you're feeling a little bit dissatisfied, or you feel that you've been missed out on a promotion, or you feel like you've been passed up for people recognizing the efforts you put in. You're going to start to see a more healthier exchange in your working environment where people appreciate what you do. And I don't feel like you're looking for a pat on the back or, you know, an ego rub or anything like that. I feel that you've been working really hard and you're trying to make some big decisions in your career right now to elevate and move ahead. And that's what's going to happen for you, okay? Because you're very committed, you're very dedicated to what you do, and you're very talented as well. The Chariot card indicates progress, developments that are positive in nature. And I definitely get this sense of asserting yourself to go after your goal, and you will realize that goal. If you've been feeling low energy or you've been lacking confidence recently, this is also a step up in your confidence to believe in yourself, because you're going to get to where you want to go. But the Chariot card also is a directional gauge. So some of you may be taking action or making changes in the way that you approach your career, or even on the journey itself. So you may take a new opportunity or put your resume out there to see what's out there in the job market before you move ahead. Some of you may be relocating, and that may be physical, that may be like personally, you may be relocating to move in with your partner, or you may be setting up a second stream of income or a partnership with somebody that you trust, and it may require you to relocate. Or some of you, your career, the company that you worked for, they may actually be restructuring, and they may actually like second you to a different branch, or you may take up, I mean, some of you may even take up like a side hustle or a night, you know, evening position, or, you know, some temp work I'm picking up on here as well. But I feel like you're empowered. You're making, I mean, the card literally says empowered, but I feel like you're in a really good position to take charge of your career over the next couple of weeks and really focus. I feel it's business, business, business for you. And I feel that you are making huge leaps and bounds in your career as well. Okay, listen out for that song. That's very, very important. I mean, this card really connects to your 10th house of ambition and being motivated to make progress. So I'm not surprised to see it there. Some of you may even take up a new position where there's a company car attached to it because you may be traveling. Or some of you, if you're an entrepreneur and you set up your own business, some of you may be actually earning enough money to purchase a car, and you may even do it through your business. I mean, I don't know how that works, you know, but you may be actually doing that for yourself, or you may find that you need a car because you're going to be so busy, very, very productive, but it looks really positive. Also, I feel the stars are aligning to bring you something that you've been focused on, something that you've been desiring for such a long time. And if you haven't received it already, you're going to be receiving it very soon. The Three of Cups is all about celebration, joy, excitement. Something is coming. You can even feel it, okay? But the Three of Cups, if you've been having some issues, or you've been just questioning your path and wondering, is there an easier direction for me? I mean, the goal will be still the same, but I feel some of you may be approaching your career in a different way. The Three of Cups indicates that you'll be relieved to find out, yes, there is an easier way, but there's something coming on in here that indicates you will be very proud of yourself and the efforts that you've been making. Now, if you work for a company, you may find that your company either has some sort of event where they invite you to it, and it's like a meal or some sort of drinks. That's what I'm getting. This may be to celebrate that the company has done quite well, even though economic circumstances are kind of like telling a different story right now. I am picking up some energy of investment, of things going quite well, and you may find that you are going to be tapped for some sort of new position or elevation in finance, in your finances, because of your hard work and your patience and your diligence, okay? Also, if you're in a team, some of you may get a project that you celebrate, or you actually pull your resources together to make something a reality or make something happen. And I feel you may win like a client, or you may, there's something to be excited about, and you may actually toast it as in a celebratory drink. So I definitely see that there's good news on the horizon, or you will be finding out some good news very, very shortly if you haven't already. If you've already had the good news, Some of you may have felt that things have been a little bit unfair recently, and now the universe is readdressing the balance. The Six of Pentacles indicates there is a surprise in your direction that is coming towards you. The universe is being very generous. It's actually focusing on you at this time to give you more finances. So you may find that you've got a little bit extra money in your pay packet. I mean, it could be that, you know, the price of, general wages, the national wage wherever you work. It may be that you find out from government like sources that it's going to go up a little bit. It may not be a lot, but it's definitely fluctuating in the right direction as opposed to not. The Six of Pentacles also indicates that you are someone who is hardworking and very giving. You give a lot of yourself to your career, and now there's some really good karma coming back towards you. But you may have been dealing with or struggling with someone who has been delegating the work onto you, and you may have felt that you've been working really hard, and you may be looking at other people who are, either on the same sort of wages bracket as you, and they're not working as hard as you. They're a bit lazy. You may even find that there's been some selfish energy going on in your working environment. It seems to be that you're doing all the work, and you're wondering, who is not pulling their weight, because I really get a sense of you really thinking about who is pulling their weight and who is not in your working environment. If you are in a business partnership, you may see that you're actually putting in a lot more work and ideas and opportunities than the other person, and you may feel a little bit like disgruntled, or you may be readdressing the balance by deciding to leave the partnership, separating from it, or even just taking the person to task to really ask them, is there a problem as to why they've taken a step back, or why they're allowing you to do the majority of the work there. But I do feel after a long period of time of you really struggling and finding it difficult to motivate yourself, or feeling that you have been putting a lot of your efforts, sacrificing a lot of your time, your dedication to level up, there may have been a disappointment that you've experienced, whether it was a promotion or a raise did not go in your favor, or if some of you are looking for a work and you have not found an opportunity, and you've maybe partnered up with an agency to help find you an opportunity, you may have found that nothing is coming your way. Well, that all changes in the next 6 weeks. I definitely see much more calls coming your way, and an opportunity that is something to celebrate. Okay, now let's just get a little bit more detail as to what is coming your way in your career. But right now you're vibing in a frequency that is attracting really good things. But below you we have the Nine of Swords. So something is making you feel a little bit anxious. It could be that you are wondering if you're connected to your true calling, and if you're not, you may feel it's time to make some changes. The Nine of Swords can also indicate that some of you have felt a little bit bewildered at your working environment, because you feel that perhaps you've been putting a lot of effort in and other people are not actually putting as much in there. But we will check that energy in a moment. Some of you may have felt that you are not feeling, you're not feeling it. And I feel some of you may have been burning the candle at both ends, and sleeping patterns are a little bit off. So if you need that extra snooze, to go to bed a little bit earlier, or if you're just feeling a little bit trapped in a cycle of repeat, then I definitely see that you are restructuring the way that you approach your working environment, or putting yourself out there to get new opportunities, to bring a little bit more spontaneity into your career, a little bit more enjoyment. Because with the Nine of Swords, it can be like, oh, same old thing, just a different day. Will it ever change? Is there reward? Is it worth working as hard as I'm working for what I am accomplishing right now? And if it's not, I definitely see you're finding a new way of getting an opportunity that elevates you. Okay, I mean, look at that Six of Wands. There's success here. Ten of Swords. Something is close to ending for you. Now, it could be a project. It could also be you leaving something, opening yourself up to new opportunities. They want me to go one more, so I will. Interesting. They are, oh, the Devil card. What? That's really odd. Okay, they want me to go again. They said 6, and I would never ever put 6 in this position, but I'm not sure. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They want one more. Okay. Now, if some of you are working in a very toxic environment, there's no workers' morale, or there's a lot of office politics and you feel unsupported in your working environment, I definitely see a new opportunity coming in for you where, I mean, yeah, Seven of Swords, it's like some of you may quit, you may leave the job position. The Seven of Swords indicates there may be something, you know, there may be an undercurrent of unrest going on in your working environment, but you are going to be celebrating a win here and you're leaving something. It could have been challenging, but actually I see some of you, if you are training, some of you may have been taking night classes. Maybe that's what that Nine of Swords is. You know, you're burning the candle at both ends a little bit. Nine of Swords is really about, you know, an overworked mind. Swords are all about the mind, about ideas. And some of you may have a lot on your plate and your mind is feeling a bit scattered sometimes, or you may feel that the working environment is a bit of a nightmare at the moment. You're concerned about, what I'm getting is the distribution of wealth, okay? That's a very heavy energy that's coming through. So some of you are concerned that you're giving all of this time and your energy and you may feel that it's not fairly recompensed financially. So you may be putting that resume out there to find more opportunity to make more money. Now, I definitely see that coming on in. I will clarify this position, what's going on there. But the Nine of Swords does indicate need a little bit more sleep, a little bit more rest for focus. Also, the Nine of Swords is like a cautionary energy, and I just got a little itchy knee, so I'm just going to itch that. One moment, please, because it's distracting me. Now, the Nine of Swords can also be a shift away from negative self-talk to more compassion, more belief in yourself, and not to fear all the possibilities that are available to you. It is a call to faith. So be gentle with yourself, okay? You're actually in a really good position. You're doing a lot. You know, you're a human being. You don't always have to be a human doing. You are someone who is working really hard. You are putting a lot of effort in. And yes, there are ups and downs in life, and you may have been experiencing some hardships recently, but the struggle, I feel there's going to be a return to better times is what I'm seeing here, and also a little bit more freedom and spontaneity, and to bring a little bit more creativity into your working environment as well, where you can express yourself in your own unique way and be celebrated for it. So if you're working in a very austere or stifling environment, even a toxic environment that tries to put you into a little box that says you must be, you know, in a managerial role, you can't have fun, you must, work to a set of guidelines. Of course, we all need guidelines when it comes to our working environment, but we should also be able to express ourselves and our new ideas and, be heard and appreciated for all the toil and labor, okay? So I definitely see things changing in a better fashion for you. Now, we do have the Lovers card again. So some of you may have been really focused on trying to find love, okay? Some of you may be, you may have spent a lot of time focusing on love if you're in a committed relationship, or if you're looking for love, your mind may have been on love or trying to find love, and you may have felt that you're working really hard and you're finding it hard to have the balance of being successful in a career at the same time as finding a partner who understands your commitment to your career and is not intimidated by your success. So I definitely see that if you've been a little bit more focused on love recently, then you're going to be a lot more focused on career as you move throughout the next 6 weeks. Some of you may be, as I said, setting up a second stream of income, or you've got 2 businesses and you've been really trying to give your energy to both. Don't spread yourself too thin there. But if you haven't set up a partnership in business, or you are not setting up a second stream of income, you may think about these things or be planning those things as you move ahead. I definitely see anything that you are setting up being an absolute success. You have the Knight of Wands here, and you have the Six of Wands, which is, victory, success, accomplishment, but also being seen for your talents, finally rewarded for the effort that you're putting in. But the Lovers card, again, that's your starting position. So you've already made a decision to follow your heart and align yourself with your true purpose. And the universe responds to people taking the first step on what they desire. It's such an important thing, okay? Now, they're actually showing me lots of box files in the water right now. This is so, to be honest, I mean, I love stationery, right? You know, I love a nice pen. I love some nice paper because I'm a writer. As a writer, I like to write to my friends, you know, old school writing and things like that. So, you know, let's put it this way. I like a good box file, right? But anyway, because I like organization. So some of you may have felt that you need to be a bit more organized recently, or you're starting to compartmentalize tasks in order to get more done this month. I mean, if you're someone who deals with lots of box files, I definitely see you being very productive. Some of you may have lots of cases or projects on this month, and you need to use your time more efficiently to get it all done. So I'm not really sure why they just brought up some box files, but they did. So I have to give it to you the way I'm getting it. I can only sort of describe what I can see and try to garner the energy that I'm getting from what I see. So yeah, please take it as it resonates. I mean, you could be literally listening to this reading and take out a big old box file to do your receipts or whatever it is while you're listening to this reading. So I'm just being given images. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that. What is your potential? A lot of luck on your side. And suddenly there's an opportunity, a lucky break in your career where things just work out perfectly. If you feel like you're taking a risk, it's a calculated risk. You're doing something that you love. Remember, as soon as you take a step in the direction of your dreams, you step in the direction to follow your heart, the universe steps in to give you what you deserve and what you need, okay? So I definitely get a sense here of things working in your favor and luck being on your side. This is also about your destiny, okay? So some of you may have felt that you were not on your true life's purpose path, but you're going to be given signs and signals from the universe that now you're on your true life's purpose path, or you will discover that path over the next 6 weeks. And there's definitely accomplishment that is connected to that as well. Now, this card indicates destiny intervening to bring you reward. So prosperity is coming for you. But remember, it can be easy come, easy go. So I do feel like you are having a bit more of a tight rein on your finances. That's a little bit more personal, but I definitely see that you are being very responsible with your finances and making a little go a long way, whilst at the same time trying really hard to, you know, increase your finances and save a little bit as well. I definitely see your finances, you know, increasing a little bit. I don't see like a huge increase, but I do see a step in the right direction. So if you are going for a new position, I definitely see you getting more money than you were in the past position. And if you're just looking for an opportunity, I see one that really vibes with your heart coming on in, and it will give you a very respectable amount of money that is more than you had in the past, okay? Now, in the near future, we have the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is celebration because the universe is stepping in. The Six of Cups tends to mean, it's kind of like similar to the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles says an unexpected resource from the universe, a happy surprise, something that you will love. And the Six of Cups indicates, you know, if you've been disappointed or upset with something, the universe bestows some benevolence upon you so that you can return to better times. Also, I really get a sense with the Six of Cups that some of you may hear from an ex-colleague or an boss, and they may have an opportunity or a proposal or a proposition for you to either work at the company that they work for. There's a new position available, and I feel like they think of you for this position. It's more money, it's a step up, and I feel like they really appreciate you by their side, okay? Now, it's really interesting because Cancerians also had that message come through as well. So maybe there's some sort of energy where the water signs are getting someone from their past come in and do a favor. There's a distribution of goodness coming your way, okay? Also, I get a sense here of fairness, okay? So things start to recalibrate in your working environment where you are going to be recompensed with your efforts, but also if you're in a office environment or you work as a team and people have not been pulling their weight, I feel like they will be noticed by people in positions of power and they'll be called out so that they actually are given a kick up the you-know-what in order to get back on track. But with the Six of Cups also, this is a return to better times. So you may have felt that the working environment or the sector that you work in has been struggling recently because of economic pressures. You know, if you work for yourself, you know, you may have felt that things are just getting worse and worse because the price of items are going up. If you rent space, you may find that the rental's going up. I feel things start to balance themselves out. And I know like markets are crazy. I don't really understand markets, but I do understand that things are making everybody tighten their belts right now. But if you are an entrepreneur, I do feel that there is either a new client or a new project or something that comes your way that actually sets you up for an easier time. Things start to balance themselves out, and there is a return to a better time here with this Six of Cups, okay? Now, also with the Six of Cups, some of you may be triggered to remember the good old days, but I feel like there are better to come, okay? So don't get lost in the past when it comes to your career, but some of you may revisit either something you used to do or something you used to enjoy doing, or a talent, gift, or trade, something that you are really good at. You may revisit this and decide to set it up as a second stream of income or make a real business out of it. I feel like there's untapped talent here in this particular reading, and I feel as soon as you really focus on that and expand on that, it's something that will be very enterprising and will bring financial reward. It could be that you are setting up an Etsy store, or you are, you know, a photographer. I see it as something creative, especially since the Queen of Wands is there, but I also see people in high places. Now, these could be either your friends, there may be some, a friend who reaches out, or it could be someone you worked with. As I said, there's an energy here of people reaching out and wanting to help you elevate, but they want you to express yourself in your own unique way. So I do see, you know, something coming in, something being offered to you in the next 6 weeks that helps elevate you, but also reward you, okay? Now, your advice to yourself in this moment is to really focus on your vision, to keep that vision alive and trust it. You're manifesting in many forms when you get this card. This really indicates a desire for new adventure. So some of you, as I said, will be putting your resume out there, or just looking to see what the job market has available to you so that you can really capitalize on the moment and elevate. This night is very important because it means you are focusing on the thing, the task at hand, you're getting it done, and then you're on to the next goal. You're smashing it all out of the park. This is also a card of courage, of, you know, exploring your options, and a brilliance that you have about you where you use your creative talents in order to be successful. It's an unstoppable energy, and you can have all that you desire. You just need to believe in yourself and have confidence. Easier said than done, I know, but this is a card of optimism. It's also a card of going the distance. Some of you may literally travel for your work, or you're actually relocating, so you may be deciding to find a new path when it comes to work. Also, I'm getting here a transitionary energy. So some of you may be thinking about your options when it comes to your working environment, and you may be slowing down the pace of your work in order to retire. I'm only picking up a small percentage here of that. I feel it'll be very rewarding for you if you're deciding to retire, but for the majority of my beautiful Pisceans out there, the pace gets quicker and things get a little bit more exciting as you move through into June, okay? Now, this is the entrepreneur card. So if you are setting something up, this is you, really going after your goal and accomplishing it. So this is a perfect time to pitch that idea or go after something that you desire. We've got the Strength card here, which really indicates energy, which is like have confidence, believe in yourself, going out of your way to get the goal accomplished. But also I'm getting ulterior motives here. What I feel with this card, ulterior motives, I feel someone that you know, or someone in a position of power or leadership offers you a real opportunity to step up. Now, it could be raise, could be promotion, but there is a real opportunity for you to do something bold in your career, something that perhaps you haven't done before, maybe take on a new responsibility or a new title. There's definitely more money involved here, but I feel, I feel like it's important for you to make sure you know what's involved, because I'm getting a real ache here in the lower back, and I'm not feeling it as a health issue. I feel it's like taking a lot on, doing a lot of heavy lifting. So for example, if someone is offering you a raise or a promotion, make sure you read the list of responsibilities, because some of the deadlines or some of the workload is not fair. That's what I see. It's not fair. So just watch out for that. Okay, that's coming through there. But I feel like you're capable of it, but it may leave you little time to focus on yourself. Okay, that's what I'm getting there. So you may be spending a lot more time in the office, or if you work for yourself, for example, you know, if you take on a new client, they may be a little bit difficult, and you may feel, I shouldn't have done that, shouldn't have taken that person on, because nothing is ever right for them. This could also be someone who is a boss or in a management position who is hard to please. I'm picking that up, but they actually really appreciate your hard work. But you know, when someone says, I really appreciate the work that you're doing, I'm going to elevate you to this position, but then they raise the bar even further and they expect even more of you. And sometimes it's unrealistic expectations from this person. Okay, so just watch out for that. That's coming through briefly. But you're going to get some really great news. This is a hope and a fear position. 6 of Wands indicates something great comes your way. Now, this could be an elevation. I definitely see it as the next step up in your career. And it may even be a stepping stones, but I definitely feel that it is elevation. And you're going to be rewarded, but also recognized for what you do. Okay, some of you may be in the limelight for like success. It may be an award or some sort of accomplishment that is mentioned within the office, or actually given a physical award. For some of you, if you want to be like well known for your career, this is definitely, the next 6 weeks are definitely to put you on the map. I definitely see you putting yourself on the map in terms of your career, making your mark. And if you want to be famous, for example, this could be you stepping into a position where you're well known. So if your second stream of income, for example, is setting up like a social media platform, or you are an influencer already, I expect you to go viral, or I expect you to like have a lot of people attracted to whatever it is that you do. There's definitely a brand energy here as well, but this is a card of success and victory. As you can see, the victory wreath is right there. So whatever it is that you do, I definitely see you making progress, and your dedication will reward you as well there. 6 of Wands, I feel some of you, if you are going through training, or if you are going through an exam, or if you're actually going for a qualification in a career that you want, you're going to see some positive results here. There's going to be a pass, and there's a lot of prosperity attached to this as well. So you will achieve your goals. Now, because it's a hope and a fear position, some of you may have felt a lack of confidence in your chosen profession. Believe in yourself. They're giving me the words believe and receive. But also some of you, there may have been a struggle or something that you perceive as a failure, that something did not go your way, and you may have felt like giving up, or you may have felt that you are finding it harder and harder to stay motivated on a path where you feel there's little reward. But I feel the universe is showing you there is reward for you, and I feel something that you thought about leaving, and I'm talking about a profession. So if you are actually deciding to take a step in another direction, or you're actually putting your resume out for a new position, I feel that's going to be very successful for you. But if you thought about leaving something because you're feeling unappreciated, you may be surprised in the month of June in particular, where you get an offer of a raise or a promotion. You may not be feeling that you're really making any progress, but you're actually going to see that happening for you. Okay. Now, there is good news coming your way, something to celebrate for sure, okay? And I feel there's 2 things actually, but one comes, I feel it's the first one, there's something to celebrate. If you're not celebrating it right now, it'll be right up until the first week of June, but then there's something more to celebrate as you end June and go into July. Okay, there's something really big to celebrate in July for you. Okay, now I just want to clarify these cards in particular. We got the Ten of Swords, so a lot of overthinking here. You may have felt that someone in your working environment does not have your back or drains your energy, but you may have some sudden realizations and epiphanies in the next 6 weeks that help you leave something gracefully behind. Now, this could be an old way of thinking, so you actually change negative self-talk and believe more in yourself and step into your power and move forward to embrace all the new possibilities that are headed in your direction. But also the Ten of Swords can be you're just cutting out patterns or practices in your working environment that no longer serve your purpose or waste your time. It can also be that you're ending a challenging situation in a challenging environment, especially if it's been toxic, because we've got the Devil card there. You're leaving it behind. I actually see it's only a matter of time for if there's someone who is abusing their power or they are disgracing themselves in their position, it's only a matter of time before this person gets caught. I feel it is unfair. I do not feel like they get caught in the month of May or June, but I feel July is the time where they are exposed for their bad behavior, okay? Also, the Ten of Swords indicates some of you just quietly quitting a situation that you feel you've hit a glass ceiling, you feel you cannot elevate any further, and you're looking to develop your skills and be more stimulated, shall we say, in a career that is exciting or brings more reward. Now we've got the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is to be in training. Okay, so yes, there are challenges, but you're above the competition. And also the Five of Wands is creative brainstorming. So if you've come up against a bit of a brick wall, the next couple of weeks is going to be lots of ideas. Your imagination is going to be running wild, and be intrigued by any left field kind of ideas and what they might offer for you, because I see that they'll be very successful. So if people around you have told you, you know what, you'll never make a caterer, you can't have a cake business, it's just not going to be viable. If you try it, I see that you will prove people wrong. Whatever it is, sometimes when people tell you that you can't do something, I actually feel it motivates you to prove to yourself, not to others, but prove to yourself that you can overcome any challenges and you can do whatever it is you want to. With the Five of Wands there, I feel some of you, especially if you're going for an interview or pitching an idea during this time, you may be looking at what you have to offer that others do not, because you are unique and that is your superpower. There's no one like you, and you need to run with that, okay? Because I definitely see you being above the competition. The Five of Wands typically gets sometimes, I mean, it can represent challenge or conflict, and people misconstrue it, because actually the Five of Wands, these figures, they're not fighting, they're actually in training, and there's success here. Okay, so whatever it is you're training for, whatever it is you're fighting for in your career or trying to accomplish, you will be successful. Because the next card up from the Five of Wands, of course, is the Six of Wands, which is accomplishment, reward. All that effort you've put in will pay off. Now we do have the Queen of Wands here. This is a very creative position. This is really about expressing yourself and attracting rewards, but also attracting lots of opportunity. You are an asset to any working environment or sector, whether you work for yourself, whether you work for a company, or whether you are currently out of work and you're looking for a job. There's magnetism for you over the next 6 weeks. Remember, thoughts become things. Allow your passion to run wild. It is your power, and you are basically attracting lots of opportunities in your direction. Now, some of you, there may be a creative project where you collaborate with others, but this is an indication that you are inspired by your passions, and especially if you're creative, you know, the energies are working with you in the next 6 weeks to elevate you. Also, luck is on your side. We've got that lucky cat right there as well. Now, we do have the Devil card, the Two of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Now, the energy I'm picking up straight away with this card is sometimes when we're bored and we feel like we are in like a dead-end position, or we feel we've got a lot of time on our hands because it's monotonous work and we kind of get it done quickly. You know, I feel some of you may feel like you are procrastinating or you're wasting your time in a position. And if that's the case, I definitely see you recalibrating, refocusing, and really taking yourself out of that situation to elevate in the career of your chosen your chosen position or your chosen dreams there. Okay. Also, if there is someone in your working environment who is quite a toxic, negative energy, be careful and don't tell your ideas to this person, because I feel there's a potential for them to take credit for it. Just watch out for that. You may also feel like someone is watching you or trying to micromanage you. I still see you're actually leaving a situation. Also, the Devil card can be like an obsessive energy. So I want to pull a card on this. The Devil card is not an evil card. I always say this. It's about identifying or highlighting where you feel stuck and where you truly feel helpless to change your circumstances. And when you identify whatever is holding you back or whatever you feel is making you feel stuck, then you can do something about it. Okay, so I feel like you can liberate yourself from a situation. I feel like you're detaching yourself because you're becoming aware. Yeah, you're changing it. The Knight of Swords. You're changing your approach. You're not feeling so stuck. This is your outcome position. You're moving ahead. And if there has been a glass ceiling in your career, or you feel it's been a very closed environment and you've been knocking on that door for some time, I do feel like doors are opening for you. And I feel, have courage. You're moving forward. You are elevating. There is developments that are positive for you. Now, I just want to see this Seven of Swords as well. Okay. If you work in an environment where you are, how can I put that? If you've got your own stuff, like you're bringing your own laptop, or you put your phone on the desk sometimes, or you put a little bit of money in your drawer or anything, just be a little bit mindful of theft. Okay. There may be a little office thief. I rarely pick up that energy from a Seven of Swords, okay? Seven of Swords is often misunderstood. It's actually a really positive card because it does mean find an alternative way to approach a situation that is diplomatic, because that figure is taking the swords from the army. He does not want to fight. He wants to find a peaceful resolution to a difficult situation. So he's trying to diplomatically remove the threat or the problem. So I rarely pick up theft. Okay, so I just want to pull a card on it. The Magician. This is someone, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I feel it's someone, it's more like theft of ideas. That's the majority energy. Okay, but there's someone here who really admires you. Okay, this is so weird. I don't like to say this, but there's someone who really admires you, and it's almost like they want what you got. Okay, so if you've got a brand new sparkly something, just look out for it. Okay, I'm just putting it like that. I don't want you to be paranoid. It's someone who is really pally-pally with you, actually. Someone who wants what you've got. That's what I see. But actually, I feel it's more that they want the position that you've got, or they want the work ethic that you've got. It's more like they want your ideas. That's what I'm seeing. So I don't want anyone to be weirded out by that. But just watch out for that, okay? I'm going to pull one more card just to clarify the energy. Can you tell me a little bit more about finances? Can you tell me a little bit more about finances? Okay, that's a lot of cards, but we've got King of Wands, we got King of Cups, and we got Six of Cups. So you're being rewarded. I feel the King of Wands and the King, I mean, two kings there. I do feel, I think I mentioned there's like two opportunities coming on in here, but I do feel, as I said, there's one opportunity that comes, and this is what I'm picking up now, but there's one later on that sort of materializes in July, okay? Now, this could be someone who is a manager or someone in a position of power who taps you for a promotion, but I do see you're going to have more responsibility. Some of you, if you're an influencer, I mean, we've got a King and a Queen of Wands here as well. So if you are in a partnership with your spouse or your lover, or even a family member, someone who's on the same wavelength as you, it's definitely going to be a very lucrative time for you. But if not, I definitely get a sense of you doing something that you love, taking the initiative, and the universe is rewarding you for it. Okay, I definitely see a fair exchange, and The Six of Cups tends to mean abundance. Okay, you're attracting abundance at this time. So I'm going to close your reading now with some final cards. Your reading was a little bit complex there at the end. The energy was a little bit difficult. So whatever it is that you've been finding difficult, it will be resolved. They're actually showing me an aromatherapy candle right now. And on it, it's written, promotes clear thinking, creativity. Okay, so maybe that's the gift that you're being given this month, the gift of creativity and clear thinking. Some of you may have just bought some aromatherapy candles to ground your energy or encourage new ideas, or you may be gifted it. I actually see a gift coming for you on a personal level. So maybe someone, you know, actually gives you something to help you in your career. It could be like, you know, citrine crystal, which promotes success, elevation. So please take it as it resonates. I actually see a gift coming through for you as well. Now we've got service, and when you get the bees, of course, it tends to mean reward for hard work and your sacrifice. Thrive in community. Similar goals, do your part, benefits for all, sweet life. Okay, benefits for all. So there is some sort of reward coming your way. Ascending, floating to the top. And it says pay rise, promotion, bonus, authority, responsibility. Definitely picked up that in your reading. Now, whether that's in the current environment that you're in or you're taking yourself elsewhere, there's definitely more on offer for you. And we've also got open window. And it says golden opportunity, clarity, guidance, spiritual calling, synchronicity. Even on that candle that they showed me just now, promotes clear thinking and creativity, I think it said, because it's not there anymore. It only pops up until I give it to you, and then it sort of dissolves into the water when I'm scrying. So you're going to be given guidance, but also some of you may actually develop your spiritual gifts on a deeper level, and you may actually use them to increase your finances in some way. But there is, I feel there is a portal opening up of opportunity for you that is so positive. Okay, just going to get a rune before we close. Oh, they've given me 3 here. Okay, so the first one is giant rune. Okay, now this is all about protection in all of your endeavors. It's also about luck coming your way, but this rune can also indicate a warning, a thorn in your side kind of energy. Maybe that's why I felt that. It's like something is either annoying you, or maybe you feel like you're doing more, or there will be a fair redistribution is what they're giving me. But the warning energy that I'm getting here more than anything is managing pressure and stress. Okay, so I feel that's important that you manage your stress levels and make sure you have some time for you. Also, we have strength. This is the ox rune. Now, this actually connects to promotion. So definitely elevation happening here. This can also indicate distant influences. As I said, someone from your past, someone either you worked with, or a friend that you haven't seen for a while, or even an ex-boss, someone who perhaps you haven't had close contact with for a while, can influence your situation by asking you to join their practice or offer you a job or headhunt you in some way. So that's definitely coming through as well. Also, something that you're building or working really hard towards will be realized, but it's also a rune that connects to your health. So make sure you manage that as well. Okay, and interesting. Now we have the human rune here, but it's in the reverse. Okay, it's rare that I get them in reverse, but this is, you know, selfish energy. Some of you may have been experiencing selfish people, or you may have felt that your vision has not been taken seriously, or you've been undervalued or underestimated. You may have been feeling alone in your working environment, but this will all change, okay? Have confidence in your ideas. There is going to be progress. You tend to think a lot about other people as well, as in you are always helping your family or always helping your friends, and you're always giving giving of your energy. Make sure you redistribute your energy into balance, okay? Especially if you've got fingers in many pies as well. Don't spread yourself too thin. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. As I said, it was quite complex this time around. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces. Love and light.